Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be trying to clarify a couple of points, or rather to help you understand where we're up to with progress at the moment while I'm also feeling ill. I've been having terrible sleep and now I'm like sick for like the past month due to various illnesses, so it's not been great. Um, anyway, update. So, we finished the core update, or rather I finished the core update, and I finished it off with basically saying now we're up to animating. And while that is true, there's a little bit more to it than that. And it mainly stems from the fact that there are 7 characters that need to be finished, and then all of the cast, or at least the cast that I'm happy with showing, populating the underground will be done. The characters that need to be done are Frogget, Final Frogget, Gift Bear, Sad Dragon, Crystal, Memory Head, and then an update to Night Knight's model. That's why they weren't in the update. And another thing was that I was going to do a tech demo for all the effects and everything else that I didn't put in the update because there were a lot of things going on while I was creating it that were left out basically on the cutting room floor in terms of footage for the time being. So there was so much more that I could have shown off, but instead I didn't want it to run any longer than it already did. It was by far like the biggest update I have ever put out, and you can obviously see for yourself why if you go back and watch everything. I worked on it for an entire year in secrecy, just like, okay, working away as hard as possible, trying to get all the levels done, trying to get people to do the models and things. It's been a crazy effort by the community, and honestly, I can't thank everyone enough because it is a massive undertaking doing this project. The funny thing is, I didn't even think about this when I started. There's another video that I'm going to put up which will show you the Google Doc that I had of all like the shots for the mini version of the project. Like I touched upon it a little bit with the update showing like the pre-alpha, I think it was, where it was essentially just going to be like the intro to the genocide fight with Sans originally. And then I changed it into, I'm just going to take like these 30 shots from out the entire game, and they're just going to kind of comprise like the bits that I liked about it the most. And then slowly and slowly, as I got more happy with animating and as I enjoyed it more, that's when it turned into a full movie. But yeah, I'm going to put out that video to show you the behind the scenes for that, just for the sake of it. But yeah, with the whole thing of where we're up to now, we've got to do those characters and get them done, and then check to see whether there are any issues with them. Then, what I've been doing is I've been planning effects and attacks for minor characters. This has been a kind of crazy thing because I've been looking for like reference for effects just to give me any ideas and whatnot. But the easiest place to find those would either be other Undertale animations, or from off the top of my head, just like the Roblox games. And unfortunately, with the Roblox games, even though they're kind of easy to find on YouTube for footage, it seems like nobody else has bothered to do like minor characters. It's always like popular ones like Sans or Undyne or Papyrus, or like AU versions of those. So like when you ask somebody, what do you think a special attack by say Luke's is gonna be, they don't know. They're just like, oh, just make it like the game. And I'm like, but what would that look like in 3D? You know, it's the hardest thing is trying to figure out what everything will look like in 3D and how to translate that. But that's where we're up to with that. Is I'm trying to now create effects based off plans that I've done that will hopefully match and look good. And then after the effects are done, we're on to animating. That's it. We're literally almost at the point of being where I was up to when I started the project, which was collecting all the assets and then animating as I go. Now it's like I've been building up this massive library of assets between like levels, characters, any sort of effects that kind of match or are similar. I've been trying to build that up so everything looks better, and now we're finally like at the point where the end is in sight, and I can finally start animating properly and getting around to making all the characters come to life and making this entire world look as though it's more lived in and populated than ever before. As a kind of a whole thing like to address what I'm going to be doing in future. I do want to try when I'm ready to do it, because at the moment I have a lot of like other things that I'm doing behind the scenes and other responsibilities, so I don't have a massive amount of free time. My idea in future is that I want to try doing like streams where I'm animating and basically go back to what I was doing previously, which was developing stuff but streaming it. I want to do that because I find it fun and I get to talk to everybody about the game or like different like AUs and stuff. I really enjoy that, so I don't want to miss out on that anymore. I just kind of went silent for ages because of doing the core update. But along with that, I'm going to be going back and doing more shorts, asking people for opinions and stuff, mainly to do with like certain characters or the way that they think the underground will look with all the characters in different regions, like either walking around or doing other things, going about the daily lives basically. Um, I feel like I'm gonna probably separate that into like little groups of like shorts just to kind of get feedback quickly, and then that can be then applied to the animation. So yeah, that's what I'm up to right now. We're so close. So close. I don't have a time frame on this on when I'm going to be done by. I would like to have something done so I can enter it in the next Under event. But again, I've said this like or similar stuff in the past and maybe not hit those deadlines or those goals. That is obviously, like I said, because I have other responsibilities that I have to deal with behind the scenes that take up a lot of my time. So I have a feeling that everything will be kind of slow and steady. I just hope it's not too stressful for me. But either way, this project's again a massive undertaking. I can't thank everybody that's worked with me or helped me enough at this point because it's fantastic, and I wouldn't get to this point, or I've got to this point without everybody, especially when it comes to things like, you know, either doing voice acting, which is a massive part of the project, or for anyone that's helped out with like tech problems that I've had or 3D issues that I've had, or you know, like with characters and stuff. I just couldn't have done this to this level and looking this good without everybody's help. So thanks to everybody that's on the team at the moment, you know, helping me do stuff like that behind the scenes. Anyway, I'm going to get going now. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope this clarifies a couple of things for you. Until next time, bye!